What's up guys, it's Ryan. I'm going to show you my Majespecter Pendulum deck that I've used in quite a few tournaments and done really well in, including getting 5th and 6th at the LODS. So I'll get straight into this deck profile. 3 Raccoon, because you want to search all your Majespecter monsters, including the Majespecter Kieran, because Kieran is busted, and it's just like the best card in your deck, so you always want to search him. And that's what essentially this deck is based around. It's just spam Kieran, spam the Fox, spam the Toad, and get the traps. That's essentially what this deck is. Like, Kieran is just so good. Shame that it's at 1, but doesn't matter. This deck is still really good. And then 2 Cat, because essentially it's just like it's just a Skarm for the end phase, then you get your Coon for next turn, so then you can go off. Cat's really good. The Magician Engine is Wisdom Eye, Skullcrobat, 3 Dragon Pit, and 2 Oath. Now that Pendulum calls at 1, it sucks, but you know, you still play this engine because this is your Pendulum engine, whereas your Majespecters are the ones that put in most of the work on the field. Played 2 Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon and 1 of the normal Pendulum Dragon. 8 scale, and it's level 3, so, and it's searchable of Sky Ice. So good cards. And then 3 Abductor, because it searches your Raccoon, which then gets your Kieran, and that's just insane. Essentially, if you open this and Sky Ice or or your Terraforming, it's just you just get your combo off, and that's incredibly good. 2 Eccentric Archfiend, just it's a higher scale and it gets rid of spell and traps, and then you can get rid of problem monsters as well. For the spell cards, 3 Terraforming, searches out your Pegasus and Sky Iris. Pegasus essentially gets your Coon, which then gets your Kieran, and Sky Iris gets your high scale when you need it. So these are very good cards. Pendulum Call, and the 2 cards that replace the 2 that just got hit, Summoner's Art. Essentially, Pendulum Call always got your highest scale, so Summoner's Art just does that as well. Obviously it's not as good, but... And then 1 Upstart Goblin, because extra counter for Abductor. For the traps, 2 Tempest, Tornado. Tornado is just is insane right now, especially when a lot of BA players have cut their Dantes down to 2. If you banish a Dante, they have only got 1 left. I would do side deck to out Anti-Spell, 3 MST and 1 Cosmic Cyclone. Just 3 is not enough sometimes, and so I play 4 just so we can out that Anti-Spell. Just because Eccentric Archfiend just doesn't out it on its own, so yeah, you need this instead. You play another Tornado because you can side it in against BA, like you can change it out for a Tempest, and it's just really good against that matchup. Odd Eyes Fusion, when you are going second or you know your opponent's going to pick first, you can put that in. 2 Maxi. Maxi is just really good this format, so go to play Maxi. 3 Sticky String, essentially just plop it on top of your opponent's boss monster. That's just good. 3 Cherries, so we can hurt the other decks, the Blue Eyes decks and the BA variants. And 1 Raigeki just to get rid of Floodgate monsters like Vanity's Fiend, because that hurts this deck. In the extra deck, you got your Cherry targets, Dante and Spirit Dragon. Rank 3s, Breaksword and Totem Bird. Totem Bird is just good, so is Breaksword. Utopia Beyond when you have 2 Oath Dragons. I mean, you can overlay for your Kieran, but that's only if you're going to kill your opponent. The Utopia Engine, because Utopia, we have it now, so it's good. Abyss Dweller, Lightning Chidori, Castell, just your standard rank 4s for this deck, pretty good. And then the 4 Odd Eyes cards, because we do have the Sky Iris in the side deck, and we do have 4 level 7s in the main deck, so you can always make Absolute Dragon. Yeah, so that is the deck profile. This deck is just still really insane. You always want to have, as I said, this deck is really, it's just Majespecter, but then with the other Pendulum engine just to help it run through. So that is it for the deck profile. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. This is Rise Ryan, out.